Hello everyone, the Nerdy Steve here, and today I will be featuring an Esper Raffine deck in Standard. The list is in the description below. I'm going to talk a little bit about the plan of the deck, and then we'll play a couple of games. So, let's go. Now, Esper Raffine is a little redundant, so maybe there's a better name. Maybe like Raffine Aggro, Raffine Midrange, Raffine Control? I don't know. But it's based around Raffine. This is a deck that really existed a lot pre-standard rotation, where we have, Raffine, Kaito, and Wedding Announcement, along with, Reckoner Bankbuster and Tenacious Underdog, as these kind of like mid-range cards that generate a lot of value by themselves, and hopefully a way to accumulate a lot of advantage down the line. Raffine is a creature that's, really, really hard to kill, and with the card selection that is provided by this card, you have, a card that's going to get bigger and bigger while drawing you cards that you really, really want, right? Wedding Announcement's also a card that has been played numerous times on this channel very lately. And it generates lots of value over time. And with Raffine, you get tons of triggers and tons of card selection. And what this deck is kind of doing, and what we hopefully want it to do, is because of Raffine and, the filtering that she provides, we can find the cards we really, really want to hopefully kill our opponent. And that's going to involve Invoke Despair a lot of the time. At a certain point with Raffine, if you are, attacking Conniving for 3 or 4 in a turn, you can then reliably get the right mana to cast an Invoke Despair, but also find the Invoke Despair. And, that's kind of what our deck is trying to do. We're not an aggro deck, right? We're not like really or reliably trying to kill our opponent as quickly as we possibly can. But we want to try and leverage our cards and the value that they create over, several turns to find the perfect answers that we have in our deck to then kill our opponent. And with that being said, let's go see if it works. Also, if you haven't already, you should totally like, comment, and subscribe. That's a great way to help support me and this channel. If you have any deck suggestions, please let me know. I am always looking for more things to play. And I have a Twitch if you want to watch me play live Magic. And I have a Metafy if you're interested in coaching. Those links are down below. Now, thank you for watching, and let's play some games. Keep. So we do that. Now, this is a more control hand? Is that a correct way to phrase this? I don't know. We have the Bankbuster. So, one of the cool combinations in this deck is Raffine with Sheoldred, right? White, blue, black. Because now we will start drawing a lot of cards with Raffine, and we will be gaining a lot of life. And that's going to be really, really good, specifically against this type of aggro deck, because it's going to force our opponent to have a lot of different, answers. Or, like, interaction, I think maybe that's the right or better word for it. Because every life you gain can buy you, like, if we gain 4 life here, it's probably the equivalent of buying, like, 2 turns against our opponent's deck. If our opponent has an Infernal Grasp, though, that's going to be a little upsetting. And they likely have it because of how they tap their mana, but we'll see here. Cut Down can also be used on the Raffine as well. So if our opponent has any interaction, it's going to be really, really bad for us, right? But what are you going to do? All right. Let's target the Raffine. Oh, that's so great. Let's then discard... What do we want to discard here? And at least now Raffine cannot be cut down. There was a lot of different decisions I could have made there and what I discarded. I did this is I potentially might want to Invoke Despair down the line. And I think the Wandering Emperor and Make Disappear play in a keep up. We don't have to tap out. We can have a lot of instants going on here. So I think that might be... Like, we might want to Wandering Emperor or Make Disappear, so... Let's do that. And then we get to Invoke. I think Invoke is good here because we will make them lose the Kamano, so we're not taking 2 from here, and lose one of these creatures. And then we also draw a card and gain 2 life. And our opponent's going to lose 2 life. Like, really good spot. And so now we have 2 lethal threats on the battlefield. And it's a good game. I hope we don't lose. Maybe our opponent was like, good game. You lose. And I'd be very impressed, and that would be okay. One, two. GG. GG. Keep. So we get to Bankbuster on turn 2. Hopefully we draw more lands. Goldhound is a very interesting card. Alright. Opponent is on some type of Jund. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. But I don't know if I like it. So maybe I should Infernal Grasp one of these. If we Infernal Grasp the Goldhound, we can stop our opponent. Oh, another Shakedown Heavy. Where I'm just gonna kill it. So then we don't have to deal with it. Then we'll probably take 3. Then I will draw a card. And we're gonna set up to have a really, really huge Invoke Despair right now. Attack. Connive. I don't think we need 3 Wandering Emperors. I'm gonna be very upset if we would have needed them. I think we can discard a Raffine's Tower. This. I think we can do this. It is a fight rigging. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the Shakedown Heavy now. Probably, I should have waited for the fight rigging to resolve. And for our opponent to have chosen the card with the Hideaway. So that's... I got a little too zealous there. But hopefully we'll be fine. Little wedding announcement again. And so we still have the Wandering Emperor up. We have a lot of creatures going on. And our opponent's only at 4 lands, potentially 5 mana with the Gold Hound. But I'm not particularly scared. I think we're in a really good spot. But I say that knowing very well I could just lose and die. And that's okay. Ooh, a Leyline Binding. Now that's interesting. Ward. I think I want to draw the card here. We could Wandering Emperor make a creature then during our turn plus. But I think I do want to draw. Mainly because that has first strike, so it's so hard to get through. I think next turn we get to do a lot of stuff. All of our things will be really, really big, right? We'll have a lot of creatures, and I don't think our opponent can really hurt us for giving them an extra turn. Ooh, Defiler of Vigor. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. If our opponent does choose enchantment, we do get Raffine, though, but this is actually funny. Okay. Alright, we may have gotten punished for giving our opponent an extra turn, but, you know, that's okay. Sheoldred. Okay. Oh no, everyone. Are we gonna get punished? For everything that we did?
Let your blade do the talking.
Honestly, we probably should have just plussed there. Oh, wow. Jiki Jiki, okay. Oh, interesting, everyone. I really like our opponent's deck, though, so... You know what? If we lose, that is so fine. Alright, we go to 7. I think we do this.
May your blade strike true.
Oh, the Sheoldred gaining all of this extra life, though. Defiler, we get to counter at least.
I hope you're ready to move. Let your blade do the talking.
Let's attack with everything.
To teach you.
If our opponent puts a Sheoldred in front of the 5/5, alright, that's exactly what we needed to happen. Because now we get a Wandering Emperor. We get to Wandering Emperor and give it first strike.
I've learned much during my travels.
And now we don't have to worry about our opponent drawing cards or our life total dwindling that much. And we do have the Make Disappear. GG. That was close. Alright. So, this is like a pretty decent hand. We have a lot of things going on. You know, this is a hand that we're in for the long game, right? With Bankbuster and the Wedding Announcement, we're going to be drawing a lot of creatures, and our creatures are going to become very, very big. Relatively quickly, but kind of slowly. And that is okay. What is our opponent going to do, though? We don't know. A Liliana of the Veil. Now, thankfully, our deck in the current spot we have is very, very good against Liliana here. I kind of want to do another Bankbuster. And then, so we can draw, keep on drawing cards, so that Liliana doesn't do too much work against us. Because ideally, we can cast the Wedding Announcements, right? Huh. Do we want to blitz? Opponent has a cut down. So we'll just attack one at Lily. Now, when we don't want to blitz, we can now discard Tenacious Underdog to Liliana. And that's going to be just as great. We're looking for a land, though, and we did not get one. Which is, again, very unfortunate. But that happens, and we should still be okay, though. Invoke Despair. We'll discard the Underdog. True. Now, again, this is something that a lot of people always make that mistake. By using... Excuse me, by using the Underdog to crew the Bankbuster, we killed Lily and sent 1 damage to our opponent, instead of sending both at Liliana. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, right? But that is 1 damage, and that damage does add up. And because our opponent was tapped out, we're not exposing our Bankbuster to anything there. So it's just like a really, really good thing to remember to do. Because a lot of times people forget doing that, and that 1 damage does add up. It might not be relevant in this game, but in a lot of games it can be.
Off you go.
We have no blue mana, though. I wanna... Let's draw a card. There's our blue mana. I want to crew. I'm assuming our opponent has something to kill it. March here? Oh, that's fine. We'll get rid of Destroy Evil. Opponent's gonna make us discard a Raffine. But look, we are now on what, turn 6? And our opponent has nothing on the battlefield. And the reason why I didn't crew there is Lily was dead. So we didn't need to. And with that, GG. So we don't have any white mana. But, hear me out. I'll keep it anyway. I'm a little scared of this hand, but... Alright, that was really, really good. We just now need 2 more lands, one of which is a black source to start invoking. And that's really why I kept this hand, is I'm greedy. So don't do what I do. Cut down, okay. Now if we do draw a 4th land, we get to start blitzing it out. Oh, what? We got so rewarded here. Oh, how beautiful. Literally drew perfectly, and that happens sometimes. So now, alright, our opponent... It looks like our opponent's on a very similar deck. So I'm going to attack that. Do I value the extra card over the 1/1? And I think I do. And now we can invoke again to kill our opponent. Hopefully. I mean, we won't kill them, but we'll kill a couple of things. Right now, we don't know what we're going to do. There's a lot going on. Sheoldred. So this is actually well, there's our Sheoldred. It makes our invoke a lot worse. I'm gonna owl here. Because I think if our opponent can remove owl, we can find stuff to get that can hopefully deal with the Sheoldred or compete with Sheoldred. I didn't want to invoke because that would be bad. And Sheoldred, if we cast Sheoldred and our opponent has removal, that's really bad for us. Right? If our opponent has removal for owl, we get stuff here. And I don't mind this trade. This tells me that our opponent probably has the Sheoldred. No. Ooh. I was not expecting that play. But the good thing here is now our Wandering Emperor gets to exile their Sheoldred. And if we owl into a Wandering Emperor, we're good. Like, there's a lot of things we can get here that's wonderful, and that is it. So, good for us. And now our Invoke Despair does a lot of good stuff here.
New moves to teach you.
Because we have a hand of 5 cards, but we have tons of permanents out on the battlefield that our opponent has to deal with. If our opponent goes Swamp, Invoke, that'd be terrible because then we have nothing. I mean, we do have the Tenacious Underdog in our graveyard, which can start giving us some card advantage, but that'd be very, very bad. And we do have our own Sheoldred. Like, we have stuff to do, but that would have been really funny. So I'm glad it didn't happen. But Invoke Despair and these types of matchups really require you to be a little proactive because it's very, very easy for your opponents to clear your board even when you think you're really, really far ahead.
You're done.
Alright, so our opponent's going to do that. And this is interesting to me I think I want to get rid of the Wandering Emperor here. We'll cast Underdog. Put a +1/+1 counter. Alright. And we're kind of in the same spot if our opponent has an Invoke that's really bad. But I don't think there's a lot we can do. We could have used the Wandering Emperor to make a 2/2 Samurai. But I like making our opponent have to have the Invoke Despair. But I could see that as being a better alternative. So right now, I think we're still in a really good spot. I'm going to set a spot during... Or no, I don't. I want to set a spot during our upkeep, because if our opponent casts a Sheoldred, I would have liked to have Destroy Evil up to do it before we draw. I'm going to attack here. And see what our opponent does. I want... What is going on here? Ooh, Iganjo killing it? Oh, that's so fine. I do not care about that. It also had first strike, so maybe our opponent thought it would kill it. But now Sheoldred makes Raffine's life very, very bad, everyone. And now we're at a point where Invoke doesn't really do much, because we have multiple creatures. We have a Bankbuster out. So I'm fairly happy with our situation right now.
Big mistake.
Okay. GG. Well, thank you for watching me play some Raffine Esper in Standard. This deck, it wasn't my favorite deck. It felt very... I don't know. I want this type of deck with Raffine to either be maybe a little more aggressive and have a bunch more 2-drops so we can take full advantage of Raffine, or maybe just like really solidly be mid-range. And I don't know what that really means in this context, but like it just felt a little too clunky, and just not everything was going together as well as I wanted it to. And maybe it would get better after multiple plays, and I can really, really see how things meld together and play things a little better. But to me, it wasn't it it just didn't feel great for me. And maybe you will have very different experience with it, but like it was fine, it was good. We won games, right? We did well with it. But I think there are other versions of this deck that I would use, and I would really like to try the more aggressive things with, I think it's like timely reinforcements or something like that, that a lot of these Raffine decks use. And I think that might be a little better and feel better, but I don't know. Maybe we'll make a video of that. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was at least somewhat informative. If you haven't already, you should totally like, comment, subscribe. Great way to help support me and my channel. You could also watch me stream live at twitch.tv/TheNerdySteve. I also do some coaching. My Metafy link is in the description below. Regardless, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.